So we're going to talk about harvest hosts. Surprisingly, we come across a lot of people camping that haven't even heard of this. And I'm just going to give you a quick overview of it, coming right off their website. And Chantel and I are going to do our top 5 locations. So basically, an overview of what Harvest Host is. It's a network of farms, wineries, breweries, distilleries, attractions, and more that invite RVers to stay overnight, giving members safe, convenient, and unique places to stay during their travels. And again, that's right off the Harvest Host website. To sign up for them, it's an annual fee, and it's $99 a year. But they also offer a discount, so the total for the year is $84.15. They do also offer boondocking as an additional fee, and I'll chat real quick at the end of the video about what exactly the boondocking membership offers. All right, I'm going to give you the top 5 Harvest Host locations that we've stayed at, and again, this is my list and not Chantel's. She's going to offer hers after mine. So I'm going to start with number 5 and work our way to my favorite. So number 5, I picked the Austrian Farms of Texas Distillery. That's in Laling, Texas. And the reason why I really liked it was the host was great. His name's KC. We were traveling south through Texas, and we popped into here, and he was just really down to earth guy. We were the only people who were staying the night. He put us up on the very top of a field. He's got several acres of open field on his property, and we ended up doing a tour, which can be kind of lengthy, but we did the abbreviated ones because we had the kids, and we learned all about L brand brandy. So if you're a brandy drinker and you happen to hear this, definitely check out the Austrian Farms of Texas Distillery in Texas. You're gonna love it. We did get a bottle. I'm not a brandy drinker, but it was pretty cool. Number 4 was the Texas Air Museum, and that's in San Antonio, Texas. We had a blast at this museum. It's small. They have a tour, which is only a few bucks, and they actually have a really good collection of World War II stuff, and some static displays, some old airplanes and helicopters and such. Kids had a blast. It was a safe location. It's at the at a local airport, and they have airport security that is 24 hours a day, and they constantly are going by the Air Museum, along with San Antonio PD. They almost on an hourly basis would drive by, because San Antonio PD has their helicopter unit that is stationed directly across the street from the museum. So the security was huge, even though we didn't feel like we needed the extra security, but it was always nice to have it when we have the little kids. So if you're into airplanes, and you want a nice quiet spot, highly recommend Texas Air Museum. We did one night there, and we were the only campers there for that night. All right, number 3. This is a tough one because we've stayed at this location 2 times, and we absolutely loved it. I'm surprised it wasn't at the number 1, because I want to say that they're probably the best Harvest Host brewery that's offered. But for my list, I'm putting it number 3, and I'll tell you why. We first liked that it's veteran owned, which is really cool. They have a full bar. They have beer, and they have a food truck every day, which is pretty cool. So we took advantage of the food truck and the good beer and the cocktails that they offered. The owners really down to earth. And the second stay, which was just a couple months ago, there was a tornado watch, but we stayed in the bar area and actually had a really good time. We didn't get hit with the tornado, but it was a good stay. The only downside and hopefully they've changed it. Their parking lot it's got a lot of potholes, so if you got a big rig, it can kind of feel tipsy, but got some potholes out back. So if you do swing into Debilation Brewing Company, it's in Richmond, Georgia. Highly recommend it, and it definitely, you won't be disappointed. It is right next to I-95, but it's safe and very convenient. Easy in, easy out, and they give you the gate code, so if you need to leave, you can still exit, and there's a Love station right down the street, so you can do your thing at the Loves when you arrive and when you depart. All right, number 2. This one, we actually stayed here 2 nights. We booked one night, we showed up, and we're like, we need to stay another night if possible, and they were very much accommodating. This is the Jefferson Davis Home and Presidential Library in Biloxi, Mississippi. Highly recommend stopping here. Again, this is my number 2 pick for a number of different reasons, but the most is it's just a gorgeous property and its history. It's the last home of Jefferson Davis, whom I didn't know about until we went here. And he was the only president of the Confederate States of America. Regardless on what you think about the Civil War, at the end of the day, we just wanted to learn about history, and we had a great stay here. Highly recommend it. It's they have 8 hookup sites, $30 or $35 a night, depending on what site or hookup accommodation that you request. And they did say there's plenty of space, but they did tell us that if you're ever in the area and you need a place to stay, call us, and if we're booked, we'll still find a spot for you. It's really gorgeous. You got a nice view of the Gulf of Mexico, and they have security overnight and during the day, so that's also another benefit. They have people in golf carts that are patrolling the area and making sure that everybody's safe and the grounds are secure. So if you're in that area, I highly recommend it. And we took the tour of the Presidential Library. We didn't make it into the house just because of time issues. It just wasn't in the cards. But we definitely will be staying here again next time we're in Biloxi. And if you haven't been to Biloxi, it was really cool. And surprisingly, as of right now, that's probably the best spot that we've vacationed and checked out. All right, this leaves us for my number 1 pick, and I decided to go with Summer Crush Vineyards and Winery, and that's in Fort Pierce, Florida. Great harvest host. We stayed there a few days and absolutely loved it. It was easy in, easy out, off the beaten path. They offer live music, and you don't have to go to a venue, but they do offer it. And I want to say that when we were there, we paid probably at the gate, it was around $25 per person. It was a little bit more if you get it at the gate, but they had a Fleetwood Mac and Tom Petty cover band. It was awesome. They got drinks and cocktails there, and yeah, it was plenty of space for the kids to run around. It was clean, safe, secure. There was a gate at the end of the road, and you have access to all the codes, so you can come and go as you please. But highly recommend Summer Crush Vineyard and Winery. That's on the east coast of Florida, and that's in a town called Fort Pierce. Boondockers Welcome. So that's an add-on for Harvest Host, and the membership costs $79 a year. Again, we don't use a whole lot of Boondockers Welcome, but it's good to have that extra option when you're looking at places to stay. And if there's not a harvest host like a brewery or a winery or a farm, there could be a Boondockers Welcome, which again we've used a few times. And basically what that is, it's a home that is owned by an RVer, and they welcome travelers to stop by, and sometimes they offer a hookup of electric, water, and or sewer. It all depends on that particular host. And again, we've done it a few times. We haven't had any issues. We think it's definitely worth the $79 a year that we pay on top of the Harvest Host membership. So again, might want to check that out. Also, we have had probably 50 stays with various Harvest Hosts over the last maybe 2 years, and we have about 20 currently booked when we leave New Hampshire and head towards Arizona. So we're probably going to compile another list on top of this, and hopefully we'll be able to share that with you guys probably in the next few months.
All right, I'm here to give you my 5 top Harvest Host stays that I enjoyed. I'm going to go from number 5 to number 1, my favorite so far, and I'm going to give you the reasons why I liked it, the reasons why I would definitely recommend making it one of your stops, and any other little things that I think might be helpful around staying at that Harvest Host. So I'm going to start with number 5, and that would be Back Barn Brewing Company, and that's in Delancey, New York. It was a very nice day. The hosts were wonderful, very accommodating. It was after we had just got Betty, the big rig, and we needed space, and they were very great about making sure that we had plenty of space, and there was a lawn. We were able to back up and have a nice space for the kids to play. And then so like level, nothing was hovering over us, plenty of space. The food was amazing. So there is a wonderful gentleman that has a taco bus that frequents there quite a bit, and we met him, and he is absolutely delightful, and he talked to us for a while, and the tacos were phenomenal. And the reason they were phenomenal is because he takes the tortilla and he puts it in a deep fryer and makes it a little bit crispy, and it was so yummy. And then the beer, of course, Brewing Company was great beer. There was quite a few that we liked. I recommend the tasting for sure if you're going to be there. And it's in a barn. Just the atmosphere was wonderful. There was picnic tables outside. They even had a little play area with a playground for the kids. The kids went on that. Just the whole thing just felt very warm and comfortable and inviting and safe. And I was able to, there was a Hannaford like 5 minutes down the road, so I ended up getting grocery shopping done in the morning before we took off. Easy in, easy out. I really enjoyed this stay. So that was my number 5. Back Barn Brewing Company in Delancey, New York. Number 4 is Windmill Farm Winery, and that's in Seguin, Texas. We were saying it wrong, but it's Seguin, Texas, and it's Windmill Farm Winery. And I really liked this winery. It was a huge parking lot, level, plenty of space. We were actually in our old rig, the travel trailer. Easy to turn around, nobody blocked us. We were able to face actually some of the grapevines, which was nice. Nice view, good play area. So the actual place to stay was really nice to set up. The wine was really good. A lot of different varieties, not just sweet, which a lot of the southern wineries I feel are very sweet, and I don't really like sweet wine. So it just had a lot of really good variety. But not only that, the atmosphere was amazing. So there was outside seating that was just all different, like Mod Podge of picnic tables and wine barrels and old chairs, and then there was games outside, and there was a big water fountain, and it looked like the water fountain was pouring out wine, and the kids just thought it was hilarious. And there was these little tractors, and the kids were able to run around and have fun and play while we were able to have our tasting, and it was just really enjoyable. And then they have like a little inside seating area too, but again, it was just a really quiet, safe, nice stay, easy in, easy out. And again, just reasonable prices. I ended up buying a couple different wines, and I'm gonna buy them anyway. So yes, you do spend money, but you do it for also like the experience of you and your kids. But I'm gonna buy wine anyway. So why not buy it at a local winery? So that's number 4. Number 3 is Ellerby Farms in Timmonsville, South Carolina. Now, this family is absolutely lovely. Absolutely lovely. They have little children. We, pull up. It almost looks like it's their front yard on the grass. Beautiful place. We've actually been there twice. And the reason is because it was so comfortable and such a great stay. They have a vegetable farm, and now they're going to be setting up a farmer's market on the corner. They're building a building, and all of their stuff was so good. It was the first time we ever had a yellow watermelon. Not as tasty as I thought it would be, but it's kind of like any type of watermelon. Some's good, some's bad. So there was plenty of stuff for us to buy. And fruits and vegetables. I mean, who doesn't need that at any time? So it was well worth it. It was stuff that we ate. It wasn't any extra money for us. We didn't feel that we were spending more than we needed to for the night. They were very accommodating, asked us if we needed anything. Their kids played with our kids. They gave us a tour of the farm the first time, and we saw the pigs and the horses and the cows, and it was just really great for the kids to see for 2 times, and it was kind of like a place that they recognized and they liked it. And then we probably will end up going back because we always go south, and it's just a great easy in again, easy out. It was a little bit tricky getting into the road from the way that we came, but now we know to kind of come from a different way when we're in Betty, because she's a little bit bigger and has a harder turning radius. So definitely Ellerby Farms. I would highly recommend going there. That's my number 3. My number 2 is Moon Pie Farm and Creamery in Cottondale, Florida. Now, the reason why this is number 2 is because all of us enjoyed it. Both kids absolutely had a wonderful stay. They learned so much. There was a cow being milked. There was a baby goat that was born that morning. There was peacocks. There was goats chasing each other, chickens chasing each other. There was just so much to see and learn, and the kids there was baby chickens, and they just really had something to do and focus on and learn, and it still sticks with them. They remember it. And not only that, we left with some really yummy stuff. They have a nice store, and we ended up getting a couple ribeyes and some other baked goods and stuff that they had. It was just an overall really nice day. Quiet. There was one other person staying there. We were in our travel trailer at the time. I don't know if we'd be able to do it with with Betty. She's a little heavy, and it was a little bit soft when we went because we were on grass, but they have like tractors and many things going around, so it probably would be fine. But it is definitely a place I would recommend, especially if you have children. And again, the hosts were lovely, so nice. So that would be my number 2. And my number 1, I know, is also on Guy's list, but it's Summer Crush Winery in Fort Pierce, Florida. It's level. We had the options of hookups. We had the options of staying multiple days. This was when we first got Betty, and it was new to us, and we really wanted a nice, comfortable place to like sort things out and, get bins in places and, figure out certain things. And it was quiet. And I mean, there was other people staying there, but you wouldn't really know it. And the winery itself has sweeter wines, so not exactly my cup of tea, but they were still tasty. I mean, I had one, and I saw lots of people coming and loving it, and I would highly recommend trying the wine. But then they also had the venue, so they ended up having a band. We took our lawn chairs over with the kids. They danced, they played. We were able to just sit and relax in the winery and look around and just enjoy the day that we were there for that. But we stayed 3 days. We had to change our reservation because our new rig wasn't ready. They were accommodating with that. They said we completely understand, and we felt bad because it was last minute, but we kind of had no rig. We had no way to get there. So yeah, I just think that one overall, for music, food, they even had a food truck. It ran out of food, but they had a food truck, and they had snacks, and then they had the winery, and then they, and there's things close to town, so we were able to run into town and do a couple things that we needed to do. Again, just a really great place. This was really hard to do because the top 5, when honestly I enjoyed every one that we've been to, with maybe the exception of one. Nice stay, but really overall everyone has their own unique experience, and that's what we're doing it for. Experience, safe place to stay, and we're not spending extra money because we'd be going out to eat anyway. And we just plan that those nights, say they have food, we just plan that those nights are the nights we go out, and we don't go out other nights. So it's not like we're spending anything or huge amounts of money extra for Harvest Host. It is something that we would already buy, and we're getting the experience for us and our kids. So I highly recommend Harvest Host, and now we're starting to do boondocking, and we will have more to come, and I think Guy's going to explain that to you. All right, bye.